decided to start the game at 8:30, even though they said it was to start at 8, which was a bunch of bullshit. So the game wasn't over till 11:15, and we lost. So anyway, I'm Carrie. You can find me on X at Diva Abdul, Instagram diva_of_duel. We are live on YouTube, and we should be live on X and live on Diva Days of Our Lives Facebook page. You can find all of our shows in the archives too at divaabdul.riverside.com. And if you would like to join us and call in and give us your two cents, you could do that right there on our Riverside page. So we have Marianne here tonight, and she's surrounded by penguins.
Oh, yes, you can find me at mama_hooch on X, and I'm also on Instagram and Facebook.
And Miss Jen?
Go Pens.
Hey, I'm at REXJDK at Twitter.
And from our Witless Protection Program, we have Anna.
I'm at Kazi Hooch on X and Instagram.
All righty, Anna, do you want to lead us off with the Kate update? Because, there was something controversial that was said that we all want to address between Kate and Maggie. So go right ahead with Kate.
All right.
Our third Kate update in 3 weeks in a row. So
I know. I don't know what's happening. I like it. But we can start in the reverse order. I don't even exactly remember what order everything was in, but I think the Kate and Maggie scenes, I think they were later in the week. But anyway, basically Maggie called Kate into her office, which was annoying anyway for me. Because if I'm gonna be on Team Granny Red or Team Kate, I'm gonna be on Team Kate. So automatically at the go, I'm ready to fight. Right? I'm ready to punch. I'm ready to throw some punches. But anyway, nothing against Maggie, nothing against but Kate's my girl. So anyway, so of course she has Kate walk in, and I must say, Kate's wardrobe was very, very cool corporate, Kate cool corporate, and Maggie she looked nice, but definitely more the matriarch of the situation. Anyway, so I know Jen. I know we all have some strong feelings, and we'll all get to that. Everyone will get their piece, but I feel like Kate did throw some low punches, but I feel like Maggie was really demeaning and treating her like crap in a lot of ways, when ultimately Kate is trying to help the company survive and thrive. So it felt like it was more of a power play. Like Maggie didn't like it, and I understand Maggie's perspective. She didn't like it that Xander and Kate did not pull her into some somewhat questionable activities, we'll say. But they had their reasons for it. They were desperate at that point to try to save the company and make this loan payment. And, so Kate and Xander conspired in a way to do this, although they won't say that in court. I shouldn't even use the word conspired. That's not nice. Anyway, they came up with a plan to try to set up DiMera so that they could have this lawsuit, and they were hoping it wouldn't go to court. They were hoping they would settle out of court, and then it would be this big cash influx, and then they could save the day. So Kate's intentions often, not always, but often are, in the long run, altruistic, although we know Kate well enough to know that's not always the case. But Maggie treating her like a 5-year-old pissed me the hell off. And, I understand Maggie's the head of the company. It's more of a figurehead, though. I'm sorry, I did not even buy the scene where she's sitting there typing on her computer. I don't think the woman would know how to turn one on. So I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm going for blood today, girlfriends. I'm going for blood. I feel like,
Go Maggie.
she could maybe handle the iPad if Henderson helps her turn it on and off, and all that. See, I came prepared.
Yeah, you did.
If there's anything wrong with it, Henderson could go and help her figure it out on the iPad. But I don't buy it if she's doing spreadsheets and crap like that. Um, so, you know, basically she had figured out that Maggie had figured out that Xander had done some unethical things, basically transferring some of Victor's dirty money over to pay the bills, pay the big uh, uh, loan payment that would have, if they had defaulted, would have probably taken them down. But she has to remember that she married the man. And oh yeah, I love Victor. Victor's one of my favorite epic characters of all time on Days of Our Lives.
Mhm.
I love him. I love John Aniston. I have nothing against him. Of course, we all know Victor ran a dirty business for a long time. But, my thing is she married the man who had a rather rough history. I don't judge that. It's a soap opera, whatever. But she has a lot of gall coming at Kate about that because, they both had been married to the man. There should be some level of respect, but I get it because they're ex-wife and wife, widow. But when she makes a comment about, well, I was the love of Victor's life, I don't know, call me crazy, but I actually raised my hand and said, I think Caroline Brady probably was.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I think everybody
Yep.
in the room
Yeah.
said that out loud,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not even going to deny that Kate was not
Right,
the
neither
love.
one of them were.
Kate was not the love of his life either. So I'm not trying to be, So I'm trying to be fair here. I don't think either one of the women in that room were the Victor's love of his life. But therefore, I just thought it was really low. I thought it was a low ball, considering she could have come at Kate with, "Hey, I just want to talk about what went on." This would have been more reasonable. "Hey, you know how I feel about running the company ethically, and we need to do this the right way. And I know you're on the team and you're trying as hard as everyone else to save the company. But I really need for that, we really need to, I need to really be involved in some of these things, or it's just going to be difficult for us to work together." I could respect that. But the way she treated Kate like she was bringing her into the principal's office, oh, hell no. And especially because at the end of the day, any of the ethical stuff or unethical stuff they're talking about or illegal stuff they're talking about, at the end of the day, it was Victor's business and he ran it that way. So, and she married the man knowing that. Now, yes, did he grow? Did he change? Did he mellow? Yes, and I will always love him. But just making Kate feel like a schoolgirl, dressing her down like that, I felt like Kate came back with some strong points. Yes, she didn't carry Philip, but that was her egg, and she did raise him for at least during some parts of his life. But I thought it was a little bit of a cheap shot to Maggie, but she deserved it when she said, "Well, I didn't, you didn't ever have any kids with Victor. I did, or whatever." That was a low blow. I didn't really like that, but I didn't blame Kate for doing it because Maggie was being such a bitch. So that's kind of so basically it came down to, if you ever do this again, you're gonna be fired. I'm gonna fire you. Well, I got news. Kate was the only one whose department was making any freaking money.
Right.
So
True.
go ahead and fire her, bitch, because you're gonna be asking, because Maggie, you're gonna be asking for a
Tell
raise
us how you
here.
really feel, Anna.
Oh yeah, I'm off. So I'm well. I know there's gonna be opposing views on this. I just had to get it off my chest. I'm like, the only thing that I wish that Kate had said was, "Well, that's great, Maggie. If the company goes down, we can probably work something out for a free room above the pub for you. If the shit hits the fan and we can't make the next payment and we can't keep the company afloat, then I'm sure Roman would probably have some pity on you and let you stay in one of his free rooms upstairs. Like, just, I don't know, something petty. I wanted her to say something petty, but like that. But I mean, it was plenty petty, the conversation. But I do like having the back and forth. That was fun. The dialogue was fun. But it's different because at least with Vivian and Kate, they were more equals in that sense. But I think Maggie throwing her weight around like that was kind of shitty, to be honest. And so that's all I'm gonna say about that. And I mean, Kate's also worried. She had scenes with Xander, and she is concerned about how Roman's gonna feel about all this because the way they basically set Johnny up. And how's Roman gonna handle that whole situation. And you can tell that Kate's like, I love him, and I don't want to lose him. So, I hope I can get through it, and hope we can survive this kind of thing. But I'm trying to think. I mean, and back to Maggie for a minute. The irony of the whole thing was that the very thing that saved them was the pot of money that Victor had reserved on the side from his dirty dealings.
Mhm.
So she's not telling Xander, oh, return that money to the dirty pot. She was fine with letting it flow. So there. So I got that off my chest. I'm trying to think. Earlier in the week, she was in pub scenes, of course. And I'm trying to even remember what. Let's see. I know Roman was there.
I forget.
I can't even remember right now. Let's see. Yeah. Well, no, Maggie was earlier in the week. Let's see. Then later in the week was Xander. The conversation with Xander. But yeah, I guess I had to be. I was fired up about those scenes with Maggie. So that's the main Kate report. She looked awesome.
Those were the ones that stood out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was unprofessional. I did not like how their scene was written. Because,
Agree.
yeah, because that's really not how women act in a meeting. It should have been kept professional. And there was so much rewritten history on that. Maggie was married longer to Victor than Kate was.
I wondered about that.
Maggie Victor made it at least 10 years.
Yeah, I agree. I forgot about that, but yeah, I agree.
And someone pointed out too, actually, Nicole was married to Victor longer than Kate was.
Well, see, and I didn't know because I wasn't. I only seen clips of that era with
Mhm.
Kate and Victor, but I immediately
I don't even
went off.
remember Kate that much with Victor.
The bell
I
went
do.
off
I
for
always remember
sure.
Vivian and Kate.
A lot of
But-
it was Deborah Dare, though,
Yeah.
too. It wasn't Lauren. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's true.
Oh,
But-
that could be, yeah.
Yeah.
That was during the Sammy Hell years.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, Kate also tried to kill Victor by burning down the Kiriakis mansion, and Lucas was in it.
I
Right.
thought that was Nicole.
I thought it was Kate. No, it was Kate because Lucas was in the building.
Yeah. There's something
That's
going
Kate,
on.
because didn't Lucas
There was a poker, a fire
in the
poker
fire?
involved.
Lucas
A
was
fire
in
Yeah.
poker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
True love is trying to kill your husband.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
I think if she hadn't come at her that way, Kate wouldn't have ever said those things. But I think because she came at her, she was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna rub this in your face," because she's like, "Because I know I'm hotter than you are." Like that was what I was waiting for. I was waiting for her to like really get dirty. But anyways, no. But and again, I was a Magic fan. I love Victor and Maggie together. It's not even about that. It's just the way, like you said, the unprofessionalism, the way she came at Kate like a child, when Kate at least is trying to do something to save the company. What has Maggie done?
Actually, none of them are really working.
No, they all
Nope.
suck. They all suck, but they probably deserve to go down. But anyway, I'm just saying.
Yeah, Maggie's hardly ever there. Xander's
Yeah,
there.
she could have brought like Xander and Kate together and
Mhm.
talked to them.
Right.
About the way she did it. But
Right, and
I do like how Maggie stood up to Kate and did, I don't know, just I just like the snarkiness between both.
Oh yeah.
Of them.
Oh,
It's
I
just
like the
fun to watch.
snarkiness. I just yeah.
Uh,
But
Yeah,
Carrie, you are
because we
right. They
all
did it.
know because we all know Kate can hold her own.
Oh yeah.
Kate, it don't
Yep.
matter who it is. Kate can always hold her own. I wasn't
But I do think
sure
one of the
about
keys.
Maggie, but Maggie surprises me sometimes.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes they write Maggie to be way more sophisticated than I think she really is too.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't involved in Victor, as far as I remember.
Oh yeah,
She wasn't really involved in anything Victor was doing.
no,
back
she
when
was
he
always
was
against. Well, she was always against what Victor did,
right. And so
Yes.
all of a sudden
and she
now
married him.
she's
But right,
now
but
she's
she always was trying to change him too.
yeah, and
Yeah.
now all of a sudden
But
she knows every step Xander made. Oh, I know where you got the money. Well, let me tell you, sister, if you knew that money was sitting there all that time and you were all step ahead of, figuring all this out, then
Yeah.
why didn't you give all that money to charity? Why
Yeah.
didn't you save the hospital with that money? But no, so I can get real I'm full of sass today because I'm being defending Kate. But I do think they could have come at each other with better dialogue. Like you said, Carrie, with the history. I think there was plenty they could have shot at each other that would have been just as good, but would have been more accurate to more truthful to their characters and their history.
Yeah. I mean, as a person who's been called into the manager's office several times, no one's ever gone after my personal life. Like you're sitting there minding your own business and you get paged, Carrie, comes the manager's hour.
You're like, oh shit.
What I do?
What did I do now? I don't even know what I did. Oh my goodness. My
Just
one
showed up
friend,
at work. Sometimes that's all it takes.
yeah,
Just
my
showing
one
up.
friend, he would get called in. He'd be guilty as hell, but he would talk his way out of it. And I'm like, I'm trying to talk my way out of stuff I didn't do, and he talks way out of stuff he did do.
Yep. See, he rehearsed it because he knew what it was about.
Well, he had a card to play, and he played it. Let's put it that way. And he's my friend, but he played a card. Let's put it that way. But yeah, but it worked. So, and he got promoted.
Now we got to find out what those cards were. No,
I'll tell you later. Yeah, I'll tell you later. All right. Okay, let's move on. I think we tackled Kate and Maggie to death. Yeah, and the Curiouses aren't working. Xander's banging Gwen, Philip's banging Gabby, and Alex is distracted with Stephanie. So it's like no one's working there.
No.
No.
No. They all have their personal problems.
Yeah.
And Brady quit.
And Brady, not that Brady ever really did anything either. All right, so there was a lot of Leo this week, and Leo talked to Marlena, and Marlena encouraged him to reach out to Javi, and then Javi was at the Horton Town Square, and I thought this was a little kind of shitty of Javi, but he got Leo to confess, like, yeah, he wants to be with him, and nothing ever happened with Dimitri. And Javi's like, oh, by the way, I'm in a committed relationship.
Yeah.
Do you think that was BS though? I was wondering if that was like a defense mechanism. Like, you want me, but I'm going to hurt you now, so I'm going to say this. I don't know. I wasn't sure. I guess that maybe it's true, but I don't know. I didn't buy it really because he didn't mention it to anybody else in the Hernandez family. He didn't say, oh, yeah, I've got a boyfriend,
And it's someone, is it someone in town or is that someone in Texas?
No, someone in town, someone that he was,
Yeah.
before he got
Right.
committed to Leo.
Do you think
it was supposedly
Do
somebody
you think
that
he's just lying though?
That's what I was thinking.
I don't think he does.
He's been in Texas this whole time. How did he reconnect with someone in town?
Yeah.
He just said that to make Leo feel bad or whatever.
I think they're going to find out that that's not true. Yeah. Because you don't see Javi meeting up with this guy or talking to him on the phone or, yeah, I mean, That's why I
Yeah, that
think
came out of the blue. I don't
I'll
believe.
believe that when I see it.
Maybe
Right.
Dimitri should go after Javi.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, maybe revenge on
Oh,
both
and
our
also,
boys.
speaking of that conversation, wasn't there a lot of sort of passive aggressive revisionist history on that one too?
Yep.
Because I mean, let's be honest, Javi didn't return his calls at all.
Mhm.
Like he completely dropped off face of it, and I can understand what his dad was going through, but like, I mean, Leo was in anguish, genuine anguish, and then Leo takes the blame for everything. And I'm like, well, that's kind of rewriting history a little bit because,
But Leo couldn't make up his mind.
well,
He,
But
he
Javi said
couldn't
he
make
didn't
up his
want to
mind.
talk to him.
yeah, but he did, but he, in a way, Leo kind of did in the sense that, yeah, was he completely thrown off by the whole thing? That was a shock to him that the guy he had mourned the loss of that relationship for so many months until he met Javi, and then he still had to adjust. I just felt like
Mhm.
Leo's anguish was reduced and Javi kind of manipulated him some, I feel. And again, maybe that's just crappy writing, or maybe that's just being dramatic so that we can, like, have another, just have these obstacles or whatever for them.
Mm.
But I just felt like that didn't ring completely true to what happened. It's great that Leo's taking responsibility, but at the same time, I'm like, Javi played a role too. It wasn't like you invited Dim back. You didn't say, "Hey, Dim, show up at my wedding." That was thrown on Leo too. And I don't know. I mean, wasn't Leo even telling him, Javi, while he was still in town,
Yep.
that, no, I love you. I don't want to break up. I still want to get our marriage certificates filed and stuff. It wasn't until later when he just was hitting a brick wall with Javi, and then he's spending all this time trying to help Dim, that isn't that the way do you guys see it that way? That then it was kind of like, well, maybe I am kind of interested, but that's because Javi seems to have completely, dropped me, completely. And
Mhm.
even then he was strong and didn't give in to his passions. So anyway, I don't know. What do you guys think on that? I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree with you on all of that. Yeah.
I'm wondering if they wrote it that way in case they were gonna get rid of the character of Javi when the actor left before they were gonna recast him. But this is the same actor. I don't get it.
I don't know what they're doing here.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer it's going to be. Yeah, that's the whole bad thing about writing so far ahead of time. So far, and we've had a lot of recast. There's a lot of people they're letting go, and I've been hearing like different rumors why they're letting go. Did anybody? They're getting another Sophia. Did you hear that?
Another one?
There's a different Sophia.
No, I haven't heard
Yes.
that.
And then someone heard they fired because she had a disagreement with another actor. But I think
What?
that's from a site that's very unreliable.
Wait, that
Yeah.
she did? That the actress did? For Sophia's the actress plays
That she did.
Huh. Yeah, you never know. But
Sophia.
yeah, I don't.
That's from because I'm on this site and I'm there. I got out of. I said, now I know that none of this is reliable because none of this stuff has ever come true. So
Yeah, that's
there
like
you
some
go.
of the
so I
crap
told the
on
people
Facebook.
in the thing, don't believe this because I don't think this. I don't think this is true. But I did hear other sources say that there is going to be another Sophia. But I don't think for the reasons that they were saying.
Oh, geez, why not just send her out of town and?
But
I really
like this Sophia.
Yeah,
She's good.
I mean,
she's
I don't like
really
her,
good.
but I mean, she's a good actress for that part.
Yeah. So if they're
I think she's playing it very well.
She is. So if they're going to get a new one, why not write her off? I don't know. I mean, if for some reason the actress is leaving, for whatever reason, I'd almost say get rid of the character.
Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, bring Connie back.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But so, is it new
My
Sophia
my
gonna?
whole big gripe is with Johnny and Chanel.
Ugh.
Yes,
Oh,
let's
I'm
say,
pissed about that. I am
Ugh.
pissed.
is the new Sophia going to be on after Holly and Tate are off the show? Or are they
Oh,
keeping?
that I don't know. I've just I
Okay.
have no like the timeline. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, because if Holly and Tate's going to be on there, what's the point? I mean, well, she wants revenge on Johnny and Chanel, but she also does on Holly. So I don't know. And then this whole thing with Kristen wanting to kill Tony. I mean, not Tony. I'm sorry, Johnny.
That's
Yeah.
It doesn't make
No.
doesn't
that's
make sense.
disgusting.
Yeah,
That's disgusting.
whether that's
I
going
mean,
to come
she
true.
explained her
And
logic.
if they want my,
Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, I just hope they don't kill off Johnny and Chanel.
I know.
Because that's what it's looking like to people, and that's kind of what it. First, Chanel Johnny finding a lump. Although, I think they did those scenes really well, and the discussion about
Yeah.
when you do find a lump in your breast,
Yeah.
like she's like saying, "Oh no, that's because I'm pregnant." You know how your breast change when you're pregnant, but he's saying, "No, you should go like right away. Don't wait another month." Oh, she said, "What, a couple weeks or another month to my next appointment?" Well, no, he's right. You shouldn't do that. You should go right away. To do that. So that's an important. I mean, I thought they did those scenes well.
They did.
So how he discovered it, whether she knew she had it before or not, but yeah. So are they going through the whole cancer thing, or are they when they write them off? Is each of them supposed to be killed? Which I don't think. I hope they don't do that. I always hope that there's a chance for them to come back.
Yeah.
If they do right, when they do write them off.
Well, even if they kill them, there's a
you think
chance
that's where
for
they're
them to come
going?
back.
Well, that's true too, but yeah, I just hate that what they're doing to that couple. That they're getting rid of them. The
Well,
other two, not so much. But I do like Holly and Tate too.
I do too. I mean, Johnny and Chanel are
as
certainly
a young couple.
yeah, my favorite of the two sets. But
that
I
was
really
my gripe with
Holly
Johnny
and
and
Tate
Chanel.
too. Yeah. So I'm pissed about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why we can't have a normal pregnancy on the show. She already, has cancer to worry about, and now they're giving her another cancer to worry about. And every week she has an episode where
Plus
she's
a
in
baby.
pain. Yeah, she's in pain every week. With this time you thought it was cramping again. Now she's saying no, the baby's moving around, and it's it's just makes it just unenjoyable. They're a cute couple and they actually got to have sex, but I mean, yeah, and the promo for next week, Sarah's ordering a mammogram for someone, so assuming it's Chanel, and yeah, she seemed pretty concerned. Yeah. Oh boy. And a little bit another with Leo. Leo saw Trey and Chanel in the square. Leo pretty much is popping up everywhere. I think he just hangs out in the square and is just looking for people to talk to.
I'll be pissed if they decide if they're writing Chanel and Johnny off just to return Trey to a reunited Javi and Leo. That's going to kind of piss me off because they could reunite them, but that would piss me off if that's why, because so many things are like plot driven rather than character driven or whatever, but that'll piss me off. But anyway, not because I didn't love that they had him at the beginning. I loved that whole story, but I hope they're not sacrificing that couple, because of that or something. But anyway, I love the way they didn't Javi see Trey also. They both ran into him. Mm-hmm. It was really
they both did. Yeah,
that was really sweet, and they did those flashbacks. So I thought that was interesting, but it just now dawned on me. I hope that they're not killing off these two characters that we really love in order to just have Trey go back to them or whatever. But anyway.
Yes, and a little bit more comedy. Bonnie's book signing did not go well this week.
I felt bad for her.
Yeah, I do too. And
Yeah.
it's looking like
Poor
she really,
Bonnie.
yeah, she really did plagiarize. It's looking like so far we haven't seen anything that her manuscript was manipulated in any way. Yeah, so she's having it at Julie's, and basically no one's there, no one's waiting in line. She knows it's a problem because she was waiting in line for Stephanie's signature autograph back in the day, and then basically a guy shows up to haul all the books away because Titan put some kind of order on there that for the books not to be distributed, and because of the lawsuit. And then Liam was there, and Ari was there, and Julie actually offers Liam a job. So, but I did feel bad for Bonnie. I mean, Justin didn't even show up. Like nobody, like basically no one in Bonnie's family showed up.
Not even
Nobody-
Justin.
That
Yeah.
was her. That
Yeah.
was sad. That was sad.
Yeah.
I
And I guess Julie didn't realize that there was a plagiarism thing. She didn't even hear about
I
that.
think that was
She's
kind of
having
odd.
it at her bookstore.
Wasn't that kind of odd? That
Not good for her.
yeah.
Yeah. Which isn't good for her to be,
No.
sponsoring this book signing with a book that's
Right.
Yeah. So,
Does anybody feel like they're writing Liam or allowing him to have more personality now?
Yeah.
I
A
like
little bit.
that. I like him a lot more now. I don't know.
maybe.
And Julie's radar went off when he knew Ari's name and stuff, and she's like, there was. I think she's putting two and two together as far as those two.
Yep.
But I like it that they're writing him to open up more, because I do see more of his personality now
Yeah.
of the actor's ability to express that.
Yeah. No, he's definitely giving off more positive vibes and more being more likable. So, yeah, I still feel bad for Bonnie on that one. And
sad.
we still had Stephanie, Alex, and some Jeremy this week
Ugh.
too. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. It seems like the storyline's never going to freaking end. Like I'm so over it. So, but I mean,
Come back, Joy.
yeah. Oh,
Joy's
next
coming back,
week.
right?
Next week. Yeah.
Alex needs you.
Yeah, I just want
Yeah.
to reach through the screen and smack the crap out of Stephanie.
I don't know who was acting worse,
Oh
Alex
God.
or Stephanie, because Alex was actually pushing her to have a family.
Stephanie.
Yeah, and then Stephanie was like, she has to like,
Yeah. I don't think he was manipulating her like she thought. I
No.
think he was just doing Chanel a favor, which she did acknowledge, with that fight. But I don't know.
yeah,
But didn't she tell him she wanted a See, she lied to him too, in a way. Didn't she say she wanted a family, but not right away?
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
She's been putting off weird vibes about that.
She should
all
have just
along.
said, Alex, I don't think I ever want children.
Right. I think
Yeah, that's
that
what she should before they even got married.
I think
Right.
he has not been listening to her, and I don't think she's been strong enough. But I have never been convinced that character wants to have a family.
And she's honestly is not getting any younger. It's not like, I mean, I think her characters are probably 35. Her
Right.
fertility is going down every single year.
Right.
You know, she doesn't have several years to think about it unless she's like,
Yeah.
having her eggs frozen or something.
Yeah.
You know, she can wait to the point where it's almost too late. But I mean, at
Mhm.
35, if you haven't really thought about it yet, that's a little weird. Usually, like 35, you don't want to have a kid or not. But
Yeah. But then you know if you really want them or you don't, I guess.
yeah, you should know that by then. And
Which is surprising Alex does. It's surprising he said he was a player. He says, here I am. I've been a player most of my life, and I found you, and I wanted to have kids. Most women would go, ah,
Right.
right.
oh, that's scaring her. So, And I'm wondering why, something in Stephanie's background that she doesn't want kids.
Well, maybe
know,
because Steve was
I don't
absent
know.
for so long.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Steve
And
was gone.
yeah, it
This
could
was
be.
like
And there's
the-
nothing wrong with that. There's people that don't want kids, and if they know that, that's fine. But yeah,
Yeah, I
Well,
remember we
know,
interviewed
she
Martha
just needed
Madison.
to tell him.
Yeah, I remember we interviewed Martha Madison at one point, or maybe I read an interview about it, and she was like, "No, I don't want to have kids." And then she had her daughter, but Martha was, I think her mother was terminal, and she was taking care of her mother when she was a teenager or something.
oh, wow.
So that's why she didn't want to have kids, but she was afraid, to do
Yeah.
that to her own kid. But she did have a daughter, so. But
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
People have their reasons.
Martha
Yeah.
Martha had a baby?
yeah, she has a daughter.
I
Yeah,
did not know that. I never knew
Yes,
that
she
she had
has
a
a
kid.
daughter.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I never knew that.
Yeah, okay, I've seen pictures of her.
Oh, how funny. I just never, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that story though.
It just, I always thought Alex and Stephanie were very shallow of a couple, and it just seems like
Yeah.
they really were just kind of all sex. They're not on the same page. They're not in the same chapter. They're not in the same book.
Right.
Nope.
And he's just completely oblivious to what she's going through, and she looks like she's about ready to attack everybody. Like she's so on edge.
Yeah.
And I mean, he should have thought, maybe.
Yeah. And she did have a trauma, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go through something like
Legitimately,
that. I mean,
I think
don't
it's
know.
kind of sad
I've
though
never been
that
kidnapped, so
they're clearly setting up this whole thing with Joy though too, because we can see the
of
train
course.
we can see the train wreck
But
coming
she'll have the baby.
because
Yeah.
because the thing of it is though, I mean, I'm having trouble. I feel like I should be more empathetic right now of Stephanie, and I'm not as much because she's
I know.
going to everybody else and their brother for support, emotional support, not Alex. And Alex is like, I don't know what to do because if I ask anybody, how can I help you? Then you get mad that I asked them.
Mhm.
And yet you won't tell me or share with me or let me in. So it's a tough dynamic, but it seems like she's making Alex pay for it when Alex didn't do it. He did everything he could to protect her.
And to
So-
find her.
Yeah, and
And then she screamed and said, "No, you didn't protect me."
right.
Yeah.
It's more or less was.
And neither did her dad, if we want to get to brass
Yeah.
tacks.
Yeah, and Jada, her best friend.
Yeah.
protected her.
Because they're all
Right.
dumbasses
And
because
then
they let
and then
that.
Alex didn't have.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, because they let that gift from EJ come in. That
Yeah.
was that was so dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have had wrestling
Alex
in
had
it.
like a low.
It could have
blow
had a
for her.
bomb in it. It could
Yep.
have, and the brain trust did not even go, hey, maybe we shouldn't bring a foreign object, especially when we know that Alex was almost poisoned by a Dash delivery one time. So,
Yeah. No, I think
Yeah.
they're both kind of like.
Now, did you
equally
guys see
wrong.
when Alex kind of had a low blow?
What do you
He said
think?
about Chad.
Yep.
Oh, but you wanted children with Chad. You just don't want them with me.
Oh.
I'm there. Oh, Alex.
like burn.
Which I don't know. Maybe because she really loved those kids, and at that point in the story, it seemed like she did. She wanted kids at that point in that storyline, and they kind of changed it around. But so.
Yeah, and I hated that storyline too, because it just seemed like Chad was looking for another mother of his kids and not really
Yeah.
looking for a wife for
Girlfriend.
himself. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I always felt like he was
Yeah.
using her. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, their marriage is in trouble. Okay. Oh, gosh. We had another fun evening with trivia night at the Break Club. I mean, this better not be a thing again. And to make it worse, Theo was sulking the entire time.
Yep.
To the point like
Ugh.
Jada's like, yeah, this is
Yeah.
our last date. I'm done.
Yep, she done.
Yeah, Jada, run, Jada, run.
Yeah. So yeah,
There's nothing there.
yeah, Jaden, Theo, and Philip and Gabby, and Theo is still reeling about the news of his mother being alive, and Leo's there, and Leo basically doesn't know anything as far as trivia unless it has to do
That's
with.
what we're
was
asking
funny.
him.
Name the
Apparently he
smallest
knows.
country in the world. Brazil. That was funny.
Brazil.
But he's a reporter though, so you know. But yeah, so that did not go well. And another,
And no one else answered any trivia except those 3 or 4 or 5.
yeah.
How about
So
all
everybody
the
else,
other people in the Brady pub?
yeah, everybody else in the pub is even
Yeah.
dumber than those 5 people.
Yeah.
Nobody answered any questions.
Clearly, the Brady clan chowder has clouded all of the celebrities.
Oh,
They might be carb drowsy or
Uh,
something.
have-
You
There
know,
you go. Well,
what
they got
happened?
Theo drunk at the very beginning, so he wasn't.
yeah.
He was completely, you know.
Well, I think that's a good strategy, though.
Yeah, no,
And
that
have
was
you
smart.
noticed?
The thing of it is, he
Yeah.
drank the whole thing all at once. So then it was like,
Damn.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Oh,
have you
that-
noticed the guy that's the extra and you see him all the time? Everywhere with the glasses and the gray hair and the wig. And you see him
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Have you noticed that?
I noticed him, and
Yeah,
I thought he
people have
looked
been
familiar, and I
pointing him
couldn't.
out. They call him Glasses Man or Glass from Gray Hair. Yeah, he has gray hair. He's in the pub. He's in every background scene that there is. And he's
Oh,
Maybe
there.
he's spying
He's
on
in the
somebody
bookstore.
or something. Maybe he's a bigger part of the storyline, and we
He's just an
don't know
extra. I guess they use all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, I've noticed him all the time.
Oh,
And he
that's
stands out, I think, because he has his big dark glasses and he has graying hair.
yeah.
Gray
He
hair.
caught my eye now that you mentioned it. I
Different.
didn't realize he'd been in a lot of other scenes,
Yeah,
but I was like,
and
to
he
me,
was at trivia night.
I thought he looked familiar. I was like, is that a character? Who is that? And so I did
Yeah,
catch
he's
my eye.
always in the background.
But they do need some other
Yeah,
people
but
to
he has no
participate.
lines.
Yeah, but they do need to have some other
Yeah.
people participate in trivia
He
if
needs to start talking.
we're gonna keep doing this.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, that's a job I want. I just want to stand there and just make faces at people the whole time.
yeah, and make money for it.
Yeah, there you go.
It would be fun to be an extra on there.
You know, and honestly, it probably is easier to manage having like a core group of extras and under 5. You know, like I keep thinking,
Right,
where's
there's probably other ones too. that are
where's
the same one.
bartender Pete? He's been gone for like 10, 15
Oh.
years, and I just thought he had a future. Darn
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And Henderson's, we haven't seen him in forever.
Or Harold.
Or Harold, yeah.
Or hair. Yeah.
Yep. Alrighty, and two of people who also had a boring time, Brady and Sarah. Now, they just had sex together.
Another
And-
continuity issue.
No, I'm just saying the next day they just binge watch a TV show. And I'm like, okay, that's what you do when you've been in a couple for a while.
I thought
Yeah.
that was funny too.
Because if it's the next day, you should probably go, and you're spending the entire day
Then you
together.
usually fall asleep and don't see the whole thing.
Honestly, because I haven't seen that episode yet where they actually did have the boring sex, but I would have thought, had I been viewing it, the scenes this week, I would have thought that hadn't happened yet. That's what made me feel like it was a continuity issue, because they're binge watching stuff, and you're like, they're almost like, I have an idea. Instead of dessert here, maybe we should go back. You know, but it was almost like it was like a first thing instead of like.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
In that, so I almost wonder if that's another rewrite or another continuity timing thing, because
Yeah.
you're right, it was all off.
Yeah, because, you know, if you just had sex the night before, I mean, chances are you're not really watching the show, you're making out the whole time. You know?
Right.
And
Or nodding off.
yeah, and they weren't. They actually watched the show.
Or yeah. Or we'd be sleeping.
Yeah. So that was. Oh, and Sandra overheard them making plans to go back to
Yeah.
Brady's
Mhm.
place. Yep.
Yeah.
which leads to Xander and Gwen.
Xander's been overhearing a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that leads to Xander and Gwen on Friday making out on the Demira couch.
Yep.
That was great.
There's no expectation of privacy there.
No
You know,
shirt.
No.
And EJ,
Sure
poor
not.
EJ. I almost feel sorry
EJ.
for EJ sometimes. They just love to flaunt it in front of him.
Yes, he walks in on him all the time. And his face goes, "Oh, not again." Oh, you're just jealous because you don't have anything. You're not getting anything.
Yeah, and Gwen made a comment about EJ coming up short too. So, but that's
Yeah.
one thing I don't understand why they don't have EJ shirtless. I mean, he really should be. So I think that would change his rep a little bit if he was running around half naked like Xander.
Yeah. Playing is such a, yeah.
That reminds me of that scene years ago when Maggie owned that workout place or spa or whatever, and you had Dr. Dan and three or four other men in the community sitting there shirtless on the floor and I was just like talking like, "Hey, so how was your day?" and all. I'm like, they're all half naked, just laughing. I was like, that would have been funny if EJ had walked in. Maybe he should be obnoxiously like he should mirror their behavior, even though he doesn't have anyone right now. He could be walking in like with his like short shorts on, like his underwear, or, like, hey, No, anyway, I don't know.
Yes, so EJ walked in and Gwen said that she was celebrating her, I guess I skipped a little bit ahead.
Divorce.
The divorce. Dimitri would sign the papers. And then Kristen came in and she's fighting with EJ. And then Theo came in. And, it was only after the third person walked in on them, they decide to maybe, leave. But, so EJ and Kristen are fighting again. And, Gwen and Xander loved that.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun and entertaining.
Like, I'll get the popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Xander sort of having a little flashback of when he was there the last time, and he heard EJ on the phone complaining about Kristen looking for something. So he's onto there's issues between EJ and Kristen's trying to spy on EJ. Oh, and Kristen's moving back into the mansion. So, yep. And Theo was there to see his mom. So that didn't happen because I guess she's not there. We don't know where the hell EJ put her this time. You know what? I did skip over the Gwen and Dimitri scenes. I thought that was great stuff. And I still think those two have chemistry.
Oh, yeah. I don't want them to get together, but I do love their chemistry on screen.
I like a bit with Xander, though.
They're good at the digs and stuff.
Well, I think Gwen, though,
I do like Javi and Leo, but I like Dimitri and Leo too. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Gwen should sleep with Dimitri just to piss off Leo, though.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of worried. Anybody else worried about what Dim
has Gwen
planned?
and Dimitri are good together. Too bad he's gay,
Yeah. But I mean, like, does anybody have any worries about what Dim might have planned in the future for these people? Because he's definitely planning something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, he's not done yet.
No.
Oh, yes. After Gwen and Leo. He's coming after both of them.
Yep. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what he's going to do.
Oh, and back to Theo. Somebody want to talk about him and Marlena?
They were some good scenes.
Poor Marlena.
Yeah. She never gets out of the chair.
She doesn't have boundaries. She's the therapist that teaches everybody else they should have boundaries, but she doesn't have any.
She's hearing all these secrets. Yeah, and Theo's secret, now she knows that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was surprised that he actually shared it with her, but I'm glad she did. I'm glad he did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now
because she can't say anything.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Now we know
Yeah,
for
go ahead.
sure Theo does not know what Stefano and Andre did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know about that. Yeah. Yeah, when she said that about what, he did, what your nano did.
Yeah.
Yeah, to his mom.
Yeah. Yeah, and I still don't see any signs that we're gonna see Lexi again. I mean, they're still dragging this out.
Painfully so.
Holy crap.
And they keep saying about the will. And I didn't see
Oh,
anything on the previews about the will
Maybe
that's
she
cast
shows
for
up
this
for
week, right?
that. Maybe
Or I don't know.
that's her entrance. She shows up to find out what she's getting.
Yeah, so yeah, next week, the new Chad is on it. He is fine. Holy hell.
Yeah.
He is
played
fine.
No- He was on Young and the Restless. He
Billy
played
Flynn
Noah.
is pretty good. But, whew,
Yeah, so we have a new
Yeah.
Chad, we have a new
what
Thomas.
happened to you, Chad?
Yeah, that was a glow up. And nothing
Oh.
against Billy Flynn, but this guy is pretty striking.
Yeah.
So new Chad, new Thomas, because the kid actor who plays Thomas, he's just booked and busy. He's doing fantastic. But it is the same Charlotte. So
Yeah. I thought it was. It looked like her.
which I'm kind of surprised they didn't recast her, but she really didn't do anything, acting wise.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's next week. So maybe we are going to get some progress on this will being read with Chad being back. And of course,
Okay.
Chad sees Kat in the square.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Anybody have
This
anything
Thomas,
else?
I wonder.
Before we do Diva of the Week, anybody have anything else for this past week?
Other than Kristen, what we little said about with Johnny, how she met with Sophia,
Mm-hmm.
wants her to more or less get rid of Johnny. That's the plan, to get rid of Johnny. How or why? And Sophia's like, I think it was Anna. Somebody. Oh, Anna. I think you mentioned it. It's terrible or something when Sophia is the more sane person, than Kristen. Is more sane, or Kristen with her crazy idea, but she never did tell Sophia how they're going to go about this or what. It's a little drastic.
Well, and it was interesting how she was like, she's like, well, at first she was like, I don't want to kill anybody. What? And then as Kristen continued to manipulate her, then she was like, but what will happen to me though? I mean, I don't want to go to prison and all that. Like it wasn't, oh, I don't want to kill an innocent person. But I do think she has reservations, fortunately, which is better than Kristen, who has no reservations. But then she said something. Kristen's like, "Oh, don't worry, you have me. I'll protect you, or whatever." And she'll make sure that she has the resources to be able to go through with the plot. And then Sophia said something like, well, how'd you end up in jail then? So Sophia's actually still got a brain, even though she used it for wrong most of the time.
Yeah, she has a Salem brain.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know you had a candidate for Diva of the Week. I have a feeling I know who it is, but who was your Diva of the Week?
Well, mine is Stephanie.
Yeah, I do too.
Really? I thought you were going to go with Maggie, but you were so fired up.
Maggie, yeah, because mine's Stephanie. Yeah, I thought you were going to go with Maggie. Yeah.
And Maggie would be a good choice too, but I think it's Stephanie just because everything is about her. She's not considering what impact she's having on Alex or anybody else, and I agree that she's in trauma and all that, but I don't know. I'm just tired of her. I really am. But Maggie would also be a good choice for that.
Yeah.
Oh, and I forgot to mention too, Stephanie did meet with Jeremy in the square, and I guess they hugged, and Alex saw that. So that was also part of his problem.
Yeah.
He was upset about. How about you, Jen? Did you have anybody for Diva of the Week?
Stephanie.
I honestly didn't have anyone, so I'll go with Stephanie then too. If you guys want to go with Stephanie, that's fine. All right. So next week we have a bunch of returns. We have Lonnie back, and like I said,
Awesome.
Chad, Thomas, and Charlotte, and it looks like Joy shows up at Alex's doorstep at on the last little bit of the spoiler for next week came out, the promo spoiler. So, yep. So we have a lot of returns next week. Honestly, not interested in Lonnie at all. I think she's boring, and I don't see.
Either.
Like Lonnie.
I
I
like
don't-
Eli, but trading them, if they're going to
No.
have to, if we have to limit the amount of characters, and they're going to get rid of Johnny and Chanel in order to bring back another aspect of the family, I'm not happy about it.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
don't
good
I don't
that
know if they're
Chanel-
going to be on. I don't know if they're like back on contract. I don't know.
Yeah,
Lonnie and Eli. Have you heard? Or if it's just a visit?
she's on a lot of the day's Instagram stuff.
Okay.
Lonnie is on a lot, almost all of them. So, yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, anytime they're interviewing someone for anything, she's always featured. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Guess we'll see.
Have they cast the twins?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they just showed her. She kind of snuck up on Chanel.
Yeah. Because they do kind of need kids to go along with Thomas and Charlotte.
Oh, you mean like age them a little bit, or do they should
Yeah.
be babies?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
wondering.
Oh, I don't know.
They're all going to be living at the Horton house with Julie.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
I forgot.
I see kids running around. Kids running around.
We got
Unless they move in with
JJ
Abe and Paulina.
JJ, Jeremy, Chad and his family, and Lonnie and Eli and their twins. Holy crap! How big is this
Yeah.
house? Oh my god! Maybe that's why Jeremy leaves town or something. He's like, screw this, too many babies.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all right. We'll see what happens next
Okay.
week because the Penguins and the Flyers last that long. There is another Saturday night game next week, but we'll
Oh, cool.
All right. Well, good luck.
see.
Oh yeah.
Good luck to them.
Yeah. We'll see. Oh, and I have a first birthday party Saturday, so
Oh, okay. So your birthday.
So,
Oh,
I'm off to West Virginia next weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
oh,
Yeah.
yay.
yeah, he's won on Saturday, so
Oh.
we have a party then. But
Aw.
by 10 o'clock, I might be able to make it. Yeah.
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 He might be down for the
It's at
count
1
by
in the
then.
afternoon. So, yeah.
Oh,
Oh
that's
yeah, he
cool.
definitely will be. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe he's already almost won. Oh my gosh.
Flies.
Oh,
He's almost
fun.
won. Yeah.
So fun. All right.
I hope you guys have a wonderful
Oh, they are.
first
Yeah.
birthday party. That's going to be awesome.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
take care.
All right.
Yes.
Good night,
He's
everybody.
gotten to
Thank
get his
you.
own little cake.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, is he going to
Okay.
smash it? Do you
All
get a
right.
smash
Bye bye.
Yeah.
A smash cake, like a 4-inch smash cake. And then
Mhm.
she has cupcakes for the guests and stuff. But yeah, he gets his own little smash cake.
Oh, okay.
Yay. That's fun.
Yeah. All right.
all
Good
right.
night, everybody.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Thank you.